It just seemed different than the ones fused with machines.
Was it?
I felt emotions, strong ones, maybe more than I've ever felt.
Emotions?
The emotions. They weren't ordinary. Hatred. It'll come back again.
Even though we severed one of its arms?
Yes. Its emotions won't be snuffed out just because of that.
You know what this thought of? Remember the day before when I was talking about which part of Oracle is the one that is cognitive and sentient? The droid part of him, the Andro-Eidos part, or the Naitiva part of him? What is the reason as to why Belial would hate something or hate us? Just like, think about that, like, conceptually. Like, why would he hate Andro-Eidos, an Andro-Eidos member or an angel? If you are thinking that there has to be like a logical reason as to why he would hate us in specific. Well, that would mean that that person would have to either have strong resentment towards what cause we serve, or maybe our creator, or maybe that person is in somewhat of an opposition towards our beliefs. And if that's the case, what part of Belial would have that kind of hatred or resentment towards us? Well, his Naitiva part. His Naitiva, aka his human part, would have very strong reasons, and good reasons, to hate Andro-Eidos members and Mother Sphere. So, what if all along... I'm pretty sure Belial's description states semi-clearly that the cognitive or the intelligence part of Belial is the droid part. But because of what Eve says here, I think it might be a case where the description possibly is wrong in this instance. Or maybe... not like it very strongly like concludes what Belial is, but, you know, it gives an incentive to believe otherwise. Otherwise to what I'm saying right now. But yeah, I think maybe the sentient part of Belial might actually be his Naitiva part, his human part. That would give a very good reason for him to hate the Andro-Eidos members. Because if the droid part of him was the intelligent one, then I guess he would hate Andro-Eidos members because they are just trying to kill him. So his basis on that hatred or his opposition towards us would be merely nothing but survival or an experience of seeing the other angels try to like kill him and his own kind before. And that's the reason as to why he has a resentment towards us, because of that mere consequence of what we are doing as the angels. But if the Naitiva part of him is responsible for his feelings, then he would have more of a reason rather than the extrinsic reason of what is happening around him as to why he would hate us. Totally possible. I guess if we never get an answer to which part of Oracle is the one that is responsible for his thinking, then I guess we're never gonna get an answer for Belial's either, exactly. So, yeah, that's... I think that could very easily be the case. But then again, you have to also take into account the idea that Eve's sixth sense, the way she senses like other Andro-Eidos members and some artificial intelligences that have also been connected to the network, she's able to somehow deduce their feelings based off nothing but mere just exposure, just being close to them, you know? Even if they don't like communicate it like inaudibly too much or like cognitively in any way whatsoever. That like what their feelings exactly are. Because Belial running away in fear when he loses his arm, that could literally just be his survival response reacting to the pain, and to, you know, his own like self-preservation is basically forcing him to abandon the battle. Like, that does not mean that he hates us, you know? The hatred part is something that Eve deduces herself by just being close to that creature, you know? So, like, there's a bit of a conflict there. You know what's also interesting? If Eve is able to somehow feel other Andro-Eidos members' feelings like that, she's never able to feel what Oracle feels. And if Oracle, or if the intelligence part of Oracle is the Naitipa part, the human part, then that would explain as to why Eve is never able to feel what Oracle feels. Well, among many of the other things like the electromagnetic field covering the entire area of Zion and the nearby areas as well, which Oracle literally says himself that his personal link is also covering a lot of them safety procedures and defense mechanisms that Zion and its nearby areas have. So that could also be counted for, you know, why we as Eve are unable to like read what his feelings are exactly, you know? Or it could simply be that his human part is responsible for his thinking processes. And if the organic human part of him is responsible for that, then that means that Eve, with her like Andro-Eidos, like reading process protocol, is not capable of reading Oracle's thoughts because of that. But we are able to read Belial's thoughts because his cognitive part is indeed the droid part, you know, the Andro-Eidos part. Then again, the consequences of that hatred and the intent of it, it is interesting. That is not clear whatsoever. I think there's way too big of a conflict right there. Understanding if the intelligent part of Belial is the droid part or the human part, like that one actually is. You could have a very good argument, like I also did, for both parts to make sense. That is not too easy to understand whatsoever.